What is up? This is everything you need to know about fish. This video is going to be targeted more for beginners, but I have about 30 tips here, so you may learn something new. So just starting off, an easy way to get XP, some money, and some bait is to just bang out all these starter quests. You have the Pierre quest, which gives you some good starting XP as well as some money. You have the bait crate quest, which gives you about 20 or 10 bait crates. And then after those, you'll have the Angler's quest, Orc quest, the Wilson's quest, and the Fungal Rod quest. So it's a decent way to start off the game. I would recommend doing those as soon as possible. Now moving on, the way to get bait is you buy these bait crates. They're each 120 just for the starting bait crate. You open them up, you'll get a ton of different baits, as well as there's a high quality bait crate at Terrapin. And there's also coral geodes found in the Desolate Deep, which will give you different types of bait. Now, most fish in the game will have a preferred bait. As you can see, the bream here, which is found in Moosewood, prefers the worm bait. So if you equip that, you'll have a higher chance of catching it, as well as you'll notice it has some weather, time of day, and season. So if all these conditions are met, it'll be the most optimal time to catch this fish. Each bait has different stats. So as you see here for the shark head, the preferred luck is 225. And what that means is, say this box here with the fish radar, if the hallucigenia preferred the shark head, the luck would be boosted to 225 within this box trying to catch it. As well as universal luck, that just means universally anywhere as you fish, you'll have a boosted luck of 30. Resilience is how fast the fish moves back and forth on the bar. Lure speed is just how fast a fish will bite your line. So yeah, all baits have their negatives and positive traits, although some are much better than the others, like night shrimp. I don't have it right now, but it has no negatives, as well as the insect, nothing negative about it. So when you're starting off, I would recommend using something with maybe a little resilience and some luck on it. Now you'll also notice with these rods, they all have stats. So for the rod of the depths, it is a lure speed of 65%, which determines how fast you'll catch a fish. Luck of 130, which I explained earlier. This is just a universal luck, as well as a control of 0.15. And what that is I'll just demonstrate it real quick here. So control determines the size of this white bar that you move back and forth. And resilience determines how fast the fish, that little gray bar, moves back and forth as well. And then max kg, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's the max weight a fish can be. So as you can see here, this megalodon weighs 98,000 kilograms. I would not be able to catch that with this rod. But if I use something like, say if I use something like the reinforced rod, which is an infinite kilogram catch weight, then I would be able to catch it. You might find these totems around the map. This one is a smokescreen totem. As of right now, there's 7 of them in the game, and they all do different things. The smokescreen totem makes the weather foggy. So I'll just demonstrate it real quick. If you buy it, you pull it out, and you use it. There is now a heavy fog. It'll make it foggy, so it's good for if you're trying to catch a fish that likes foggy weather, just like the squid. So as of right now, there's 7 different totems in the game. There's the sundial totem, the tempest totem, the smokescreen totem, the windset totem, the eclipse totem, the meteor totem, and the aurora totem. They're all pretty self-explanatory. The sundial totem just changes it from night to day. Tempest totem makes it rainy. Smokescreen totem, like I showed earlier, makes it foggy. Windset totem makes it windy. The eclipse totem makes so there's an eclipse. The meteor totem will cause a meteor to spawn at ancient isles, which will open up and there will be a gemstone in it, which they are used for crafting. And the aurora totem is the most expensive in the game. It is very useful. It creates an aurora, which greatly boosts the luck of the whole server during the aurora event. Now this right here is an abundance. These may spawn around the map, and there's for different fish like bluefin tuna, mackerel, swordfish, like this one. And it just basically means this is a preferred area. So if you have something with good preferred luck, or since the swordfish like squid, if you just pull that out and use it here, you'll be catching them a lot more than anywhere else. As well as you may find these whirlpools around. These increase your luck as you fish into it. There's also a whirlpool called a strange whirlpool. It looks like a normal whirlpool, but it has a beam sticking out the top. And if you jump into that, it'll bring you down to vertigo, which down there you're able to catch different fish, and you're able to access the depths from down there as well. So as of right now, there's a ton of different server events in the game. Some of them may show a star in the bottom right here, and those would be the Night of the Fireflies, which is a 2x catch rate for nocturnal fish. Night of the Luminous, which increases your sparkling catch rates. A Shiny Surge, which increases the shiny catch rate. And then a Mutation Surge, which increases the mutation catch rates. Throughout the game, you may notice you catch these things. They're called enchant relics, and they are incredibly useful. I would recommend keeping all of them. Do not sell them, as once you hit level 30, you're able to come to the Statue of Sovereignty here. Keep in mind, you can only do this once you're level 30. And if you come inside, you gotta talk to this guy right here. You gotta buy a ticket for the elevator. So you buy the ticket and you head on down. Once you come down here, this is called the Keeper's Altar. You're able to fish down at the sides, but that's not the main point of this area. You'll notice this in the middle right here. If it's nighttime, which I can quickly make it nighttime with the Sundial Totem, and you equip a rod you want to enchant, I'll just randomly do the North Star Rod. So you pull out the enchant relic, and you just go up and you hold E, and you will enchant your rod. I got clever on that, wow. There's tons of different enchants in this game, and I can make a whole video on just the enchants itself. So if you want to know more about that, I'd recommend just going on the wiki and looking at them all. So back to what I was talking about earlier about shiny and sparklings. Shiny is when it'll give it a different colorway or just might change it up completely. Because as of right now, you can see the turkey has a top hat and a tie. It does not normally look like that. As well as there's a few little Easter eggs in the game with shinies, like the sea pickle. It's Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty. And if you click with it, it'll sometimes make a different noise, like this one. And as well as the shiny axolotl, it'll make the Discord noise. And the shiny pufferfish. And yeah, there's a few different Easter eggs in this game that are pretty cool, so I'd recommend making everything shiny and just see what you can find. So you may also notice, as you're catching fish, they'll have a mutation on it. This is a negative enchant relic. This is a glossy zombie fish. And this is the abyssal mutation. There's tons of different mutations. They all increase the price of it, as well as some greatly increase the price of it. As I'm pretty sure abyssal 3 times is the price. Shiny and sparkling both 2x the price, as well as to get mutations on things. There's the appraiser here in Moosewood. So I'll just take out the turkey here and I'll appraise it. So it has a random chance to give it a mutation, as well as it'll change the weight of it. This is good if you're trying to get something sparkling or shiny or make it like giant. Like that's how I got this spectral serpent here. As well, mainly everything in my inventory is all from appraising. And I would only recommend appraising during a mutation surge or a sparkling and shining surge, as those do affect the appraisals. You may also notice these crab cages here in Moosewood. These, you just buy them, you can place them down in the water, and then after a few minutes, it'll make a noise and you're able to collect it. There's nothing really crazy you can get from them besides in the Desolate Deep, you are able to get the sea mine, which is this. This is the sparkling and shiny variation of it. It's a reference to the old like gravity black hole bomb from Roblox. I don't know why I said from Roblox, like I'm not playing that game right now. So it's at the top here. You'll notice it says menu. There are a few settings I want to go through. So mute other players fishing. That can be useful if there's a ton of people around and their noise just keeps going off and all of that. As well as higher brightness and saturation. It greatly increases how bright the game is. That can be useful in dark areas like the depths or the Desolate Deep. So that's why I have that on. Enable catch flags. I'm pretty sure that's off by default. Performance mode, I would recommend turning this on, as this game can get pretty laggy. As well as you'll have some titles here. You'll just get these as you go through the game. There are a few secret ones, but as of right now, there's a ton of them. And then in preferences here, you'll see that you can auto sell. So this is when you go to the merchant and you press sell all my inventory. Say if I have these off, it won't auto sell anything. But as of right now, I have a few of them on. And at the bottom here, you'll see codes. They usually release codes with every update or milestones that they hit. So if you want to stay up to date with the codes, I would recommend joining the Fisch Discord. I can leave a link to it in the description. Since we're right here, I'll explain the fish radar, the diving gear, and the GPS that's up by the pond. So the fish radar, I actually have it on right now. It turns on this box right here. This is an abundance spot. Just turn that off as you can't see it anymore. It's pretty useful. As well as the basic diving gear, it's pretty self-explanatory. It lets you breathe underwater and makes it so you can see a bit clearer under. As well as there's different variations to the diving gear. There's actually only one more. It's the advanced diving gear. Just the better version of it. You can see my oxygen goes down a lot slower. As well as up at the Moosewood Pond here, on this chair, you'll see a GPS. It's only $100. I'd recommend just buying it, as it is incredibly useful for treasure maps. These, you have a 1 in 50, I don't know, like 1 in 200 chance. I actually don't know the exact chance. But if you take these to the guy in the Forsaken Shores in the skull, he will reveal the coordinates. And if you get your GPS and you go to that coordinates, you'll find a treasure chest. These can hold anything from fish to the sunken rod, to these little lottery cards, to enchant relics, to totems, to bobbers, tons of different things you can get from the treasure chest. You also may notice at the top of the screen, it'll sometimes say a traveling merchant has arrived at some location. Right now, I'm in Moosewood, so the traveling merchant has arrived. He'll have a different assortment of things. Usually has a crate, maybe a rod, and like a geode. Right now, he's a volcanic geode, which you can get from the rods of the volcano. And these crates can have fish, money. As you can see, I got some fish there. Common crate. I don't know. I don't even know what I got from that. Maybe bait. Who knows? But yeah, you can get fish, money, bait, just that type of stuff. I wouldn't really recommend buying them, as you are able to fish them up. So right now I'm just going to go over the game passes. If you go to the shop here, there's about 9 different game passes, I think. Sell your fish anywheres. You can just sell your fish anywhere. It's pretty self-explanatory. Most of these are self-explanatory. The appraiser's luck. This is a decent one. Increases your appraiser's luck and decreases the cost by 25% to appraise. The only one that I would seriously recommend that you buy is the double XP game pass, as leveling in this game is an absolute chore. It's a grind, since a lot of stuff is locked behind levels like the craftable rod, enchanting your rod, and other stuff along that line. So I would definitely recommend buying the double XP game pass if you are thinking about buying one. Most of them are just like quality of life, but double XP is honestly kind of necessary for this game, because leveling in this game is pretty ridiculous. So now that we're in Ancient Isles, I think this is the newest location they've released. So I'm going to be talking about craftable rods. So if you get a glider, you can buy these at most locations, as well as here at the top of the mountain, or actually right at the main area, I think. I don't really know. But if you jump off here and go inside the waterfall, you will need a group of 4 to get to this location. But if you go to use the rope, you'll need 4 different people with the 4 different fragments found at Ancient Isles. There's like a little puzzle involved, and once you do, it'll open up this door, which leads into the ancient archives. You are able to fish in here, and it is a pretty good spot. I would honestly recommend it, as there's not many fish, and there's 2 mythics and a legendary. So half the bestiary is stuff that gives you good XP and good money. But the main reason this is here is the crafting anvil thing here. So if you open it up, you'll see there's different rods you can craft. So this one requires an amethyst, mythic driftwood, and some magic thread. All of them have different ingredients. They all do different things. They are locked by levels. See level 750 to unlock this one. But yeah, I've yet to craft any rod, as I just don't see a point. I have Rod of the Depths. It seems better than all of those. I'm probably going to end up crafting the Rod of the Forgotten Fang, which is 750, but that's going to take a while to get there. So as you progress through the game, you'll be completing bestiaries for the different locations in the game, and as you complete them, once you get 100%, you'll be awarded money, as well as different bobbers. I think the ancient books are the ancient archives, mini terrapins, just a little turtle. But yeah, it's pretty neat, the stuff you can get. As well as during nighttime at Moosewood, there's a lantern keeper, and you pay, I think it's like 1,000. I really don't know how much it is. He'll do a random roll, and he'll give you a lantern. Right now, I have the ultra bright lantern on, but you're able to see all your lanterns in here. These are all just Christmas ones. So yeah, they're pretty useful. I'd recommend definitely getting a lantern, as some places can get pretty dark. So for the last and final thing here, I'm going to be talking about perfect catches and perfect casts. So as you definitely have noticed, as you cast, this bar will fill up. And if you get it right at the green, I didn't even get it there. I didn't get there again. There you go. It'll give you perfect. And that'll just reward you more XP, as well as if you keep the gray line within the bar, you'll get a perfect catch, which will award you more XP. So it's heavily recommended if you're trying to level up, get a perfect cast and a perfect catch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you may have learned something new. This is a general thing for new players. Hopefully get a leg up when starting the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.